On yesterday evening, we were contacted by a female who had received the video via Facebook. After looking into the video, we found out that Aisha Todd was the person in the video who was performing oral sex on a 1-year-old infant. We immediately sought a warrant for her arrest. After arresting Ms. Todd, she implicated Shadedrick Jones, a sheriff deputy, 43 years old, as the one who recorded the video. I notified Sheriff Stassi. He sent some of his investigators over, very cooperative to work with us to get to the bottom of this. The video shows that it was taken at 4:38 p.m. on yesterday evening. Looking into the GPS system on Mr. Jones' cruiser, it showed him at that residence at that time. Also, other surveillance in the area cameras that we looked at showed Mr. Jones' police cruiser parked at that residence at the time Ms. Todd alleged the video was recorded. In my 16 years as chief of police, I have never seen anything so disgusting and sickening in my life. I also have reached out to Baton Rouge Office of Homeland Security to see if we can bring other federal charges. I cannot speak about federal charges at this time, but I can talk about the state charges that they face. Ms. Todd, first-degree rape, incest. Officer Jones, principal of first-degree rape, possession of child pornography. The child mother alleged that she was coerced to perform oral sex because she had a traffic warrant for her. So Mr. Jones coerced her to perform the act on the child. So that was his fantasy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wake Up Report. And, you know, to be quite honest with all of you, I have no words for this. I have absolutely no words. I watched this story a couple of times, and, you know, I figure I mean, it's not like these two don't deserve to have somebody go in on them. And I'm like, I could get, you know, the 90s babies, the most useless, violent, self-destructive, whatever. It wasn't enough. You know, I got no words for this. And all I can say is, you know, we really need to look as far as black folks as a society of people, just how low we have sunk in this society, where we are going as a group of people. You know, it's not like black people are immune to crime, criminal behavior. God knows we know that we aren't. But there were things in our society that, you know, I'll just say relative to the United States, I don't know about any place else. But there were some things that were just off limits. There should be lines that you simply do not cross in a sane society of so-called civilized human beings. And here we have a woman who, is, in her opinion, because she was afraid to go to jail for something that she did, and she had a warrant out for arrest and she was going to go to jail for, that the trade-off would be you would be more than willing to rape and molest your own 1-year-old son, that you would perform oral sex on your 1-year-old son to avoid going to jail when, surprise lady, you're already in jail. On top of that, a police officer is videotaping this because this was a fantasy of his to watch a woman perform oral sex on a child. Goes without saying, he got caught. How much of this has been going on for how long with this man? How many children has this man come across, or how much child pornography are you going to find on his computers, or how many children has this man coerced other women, you know, and that word coerced, I just, how do you coerce somebody to do this to their own child? I don't get it. I don't get how far we have fallen in this society. And black folks, you really need to take a look at where we are as a group of people. Obviously, this is not all of us, but we really need to start to stand up and say, you know, what have we become? What are we becoming? What will become of us as a group of people? We're the first ones to stand up and talk about how somebody has beaten us down and somebody has just been so brutal and savage and racist and hurtful and vicious. And look at what we've become as a society. Look at how we are acting as a group of people. We are becoming, or have become, or a great many of us are, the very thing that we swore was the problem when it comes to us. You know, and I'm going to say this to the Jesse Jacksons and the Al Sharptons and all the other so-called black leaders out there, because you know about this. You've heard about this. If you don't say anything, fuck all of you. You have no right to speak on black issues. You have no right to address anything until you address the absolute sickness that is becoming quite pervasive in black America. There are no words for this. This is just something that is so, you know, I'll say this, okay? Because it is, you know, well, I was going to say, you know, that Negro deserves to be bullwhipped in public, you know, but you know, you can't murder him. He can't get the death penalty because he didn't do anything. He videotaped it. That's all he did, you know. But I'll say this, you know, that Negro should be castrated. That's exactly what should happen to him, because if he would do something this sick, that means he would participate in it himself. If it's a fantasy of his to videotape it, eventually he will do it to somebody else's child. And this man has children. For God's sake, that woman should have them eggs snatched right out of her body. She should not be allowed to reproduce ever. Ever. And I've said this before. You need to make children a priority in this country. This country doesn't give a fuck about these kids. And if you leave it up to me, this kind of mess, this is death penalty level stuff. When you knowingly, deliberately, willingly, willfully commit an act like this on a child, you deserve nothing else but the death penalty. I got no words. I thought I'd have something to say in some nice, I don't know, you know, the comment. Nothing. I got nothing, people. You know, I'm sorry. You know, if it sounds like I'm rambling, I apologize, but I have absolutely no words to this. I watched this story once, twice, 3, 4 times, 5 times to try to think of something that I could say. Nothing can make sense of this. All you black leaders out there, though, you can make sense of things like this in some way, shape, or form. And that's by standing up and saying something. If you represent black people the way you say you represent black people, then all of you should be standing up and saying something about this. And nobody, I guarantee you, nobody, Jesse Jackson ain't gonna say nothing. Al Sharpton ain't gonna say nothing unless you corner them and pin them. They ain't gonna come out themselves and say anything. Nobody go, where are you, Colin Kaepernick? Where are you, Nick Cannon? Where are you? You know, where are you, Black Lives Matter? Where are you? Where are all the people who claim to stand up and speak for black America? You know, fuck all of you. All of you. If you don't say anything about this. I just, you know, maybe I'll talk about this at another at another time, you know, but I had to say something, but I don't know. I guess I just wound up not really saying anything about it at all. No words for this, people. Black America, when is your wake-up call? gonna come. This is KTM and the Wake Up Report saying think a little bit. It will do wonders for you.